everyone! Before I start this lesson, I want to tell you about something that happens in my kitchen. I promise if you listen carefully to this, it will be very easy for you to relate to and understand this unit. My son is very fond of paneer. Whenever I make paneer curry in the kitchen, the whole house is filled with its sweet aroma. Wherever he is in the house, he makes his way into the kitchen. Then he gives me company while I make the curry. He waits patiently, listening to the sound of the gravy boiling, looking at its rich texture. When the curry is done, he quickly sits down at the table, ready to enjoy his favorite meal. Then he squishes that mellow paneer piece and puts it in his mouth and enjoys it. I don't know about you, but I am salivating already. It is yum. Just imagine if my son could not see the curry, if he could not smell it, if he could not touch it, or worse still, could not taste it. That's what we are going to learn in this lesson, our senses. Our senses are indeed a gift from God. It makes our lives so much more enjoyable than without them. Particularly in this lesson, we are going to learn about the sense of touch and the sense of smell. Let's look at the sense of touch first. What is the sense organ for touch? Yes, skin. It is the largest sense organ of our body. It covers our entire body. How does the sense of touch work? Our skin has numerous nerve endings that send signals to the brain as soon as it touches something. And the brain will interpret the message, and then we know that we have touched something. If you touch a hot object, for example, the nerve endings on your skin will send these messages to the brain, and the brain will interpret this message as something hot. And it will send other messages to your hand muscles, and your hand will quickly pull away. That's how this whole thing works. Our skin helps us with the sense of touch, but that's not the only job it does. It has numerous openings or pores on it. It helps to control the temperature of your body. So if your body is very hot, it cools itself down by sweating, and the sweat comes out through these pores. The skin is very important, so we have to take care of our skin. How do we do that? We have to maintain good hygiene. We have to wash our hands regularly, have a bath every day. We have to also take care that our skin does not dry out too much. So don't use harsh soaps. If it's too dry, you can also use creams for moisturizing it. Now, what if skin doesn't function properly? What if you don't have the sense of touch? That's what happens in serious health conditions like leprosy. If you have leprosy, your skin does not function properly and you will not have a proper sense of touch. You would not even know if your skin cuts or bleeds. Now that's serious. Leprosy, thankfully, is curable today. So this is how important our skin is, and I mentioned this so that you would not take it for granted. At this point, I want to share with you an important aspect of touch. Your body belongs to you, and you can decide if a touch is good or bad. I rather say if a touch is safe or unsafe. If a family member hugs you or cuddles you or gives a pat on your back, that's friendly and that's safe. That's good touch. Sometimes a touch is bad. It's unfriendly. It hurts, like kicking, pinching. Sometimes a touch can be uncomfortable, like someone touching your private parts. So when a touch is bad or uncomfortable or unsafe, you can feel free to say no to it. Go and tell your parents about it, and they will tell you how to deal with it. You don't have to suffer through things that make you uncomfortable when it comes to touch. You can take the help of your parents and look up some YouTube videos on good touch and bad touch and be more informed about this topic. Now let's move on to the sense of smell. Have you ever gone past a bakery? That smell of freshly baked goods, of cookies, of bread? Have you ever smelled something burn and realized there is a fire somewhere? Have you ever gone past a dump yard? You know what I'm trying to get at. We smell all kinds of smells, and our nostrils help us do that. Now, how are we getting to smell these different things? The molecules of the smell mix with the air that we breathe in through our nostrils. Our nostrils have these nerve endings that send signals to the brain. The brain then interprets these signals and tell you what kind of smell it is. At this point, I want to mention that some people are differently abled, and such people have a very heightened sense of touch and smell. Speaking of heightened sense of smell, some animals have such heightened sense of smell, like an albatross, for example. An albatross can smell a fish from high up in the sky. It will then swoop down on the fish and catch it by sheer sense of smell. Then there are other animals like snakes who don't have a nose. How do they smell? Do they smell at all? They do. They use their tongues to smell. There are other examples that are given in your textbook. Please go back and read them. That's it for this unit. We learned about our different senses, especially the sense of touch and the sense of smell. Keep reading, keep learning. See you soon. Bye-bye.